we welcome you to the Welcome, I'm Perry from Recharge Renewable, and we are down at the Bristol Bears Training Academy. We've been invited down to install 22 kilowatt chargers, and there's 6 of them sat across 3 pedestals. These are a Simpson and Partner product, one of the best products we have worked with by far. There's a lot of them out on the market, but for simplicity, it's certainly been built with the engineer in mind, and that's what's really important. The back office side of it, so the dynamic loading, the way that you can control the chargers across a large business, a large group of businesses, works really well. Always becomes a little bit tricky. You've got a large business, maybe you've got, a few hundred employees. How do we control that charger? How do we limit who is using it and who can't use it? And really that's where Simpson and Partner really come into their own. So we'll take you through this installation and we'll show you a little bit more about it. Thanks for joining us. We've got 3 posts to fit down in the car park, and we are just about to start mounting them. So we've got the base plate over here. This will go on the bottom. This is a solid bit of steel that sits in the floor, and it is absolutely it's got a little bit of weight to it, but as you can imagine, it's got all of the strength in here to keep the post bolted down to the floor. So we've been here the last few days putting in some concrete blocks, putting in all the cabling inside, all of the cabling infrastructure. So we're about to start fitting the armoured into here. Now, one of the tips that we've come up with is we always wire our armoured through the bottom of here, and we will terminate it up in these rings. What you'll notice is you get some rings in the pack. Do use them. It makes it a lot easier to wire it like this and then pull the cable back, and then you can sit this all the way down on the base that way around, and that will sit down over the top of our cable covering. We've actually used some drain pipe that we've ran underneath, and we've just teed up to each point, which worked absolutely fine for where we are today and what we're doing. We'll take you through. So here we have the washers for the SWA glands. In the bottom of this plate is a 32mm hole, and what you get is a handy little bag of washers and a little blue one. Now, they come in 20, 25 and 32s. I believe I'm right in saying this. They sit flush inside the bottom of this plate. We're going to put the little blue ring inside to stop it shaking around, and then we put our other one on top, and simply the nut can go on top. So when it's done up, it sits in there nice and solid, and it's got a nice friction, and it doesn't wobble in there at all, with the hole being largest. The way to fit these on is to make them off outside of the base, terminate your armoured, and then slide the whole base in. We're going to start sliding this on either end, and that will go nicely down into the bottom section. And as we slide all these down, trying to do this all one-handed, of course it's not that easy. We'll slide this in, that will sit level down in here, with a 4-core on the end of it as well, and we will simply sit that in there. We'll put the blue washer in the hole. We can't see it too well where you're sat, but we're now inserting the blue washer in, and that will fit nicely. This 16mm 4-core armoured is currently terminated. We are now just going to get it into this, into the block down at the base, and start getting it put together. One of our first tips is, when you undo the boxes for the business series chargers, make sure you take out all the packaging. It's a perfect little seat. It's like they've thought about us and our bad backs, so we get a nice comfortable seat whilst we make off all our armoureds, which is lovely of them. Of course, when it rains, that might be a little bit different, as they start getting a bit soggy and a bit wet. But for now, it's definitely a nice little tip to take on. Here we are, the Simpson and Partner charger. We're just about to add the chargers on. What we have here is the laser cut base, and this is all a single laser cut extrusion that goes all the way through. So we've got the glands down in this section, so this just simply slides straight over the top. That works really nice. Armoured comes up into here, and we simply have the connections up in this section. Here we've got the links, phases L1, L2 and L3, and the neutrals, so we can simply come in and out the bottom base of each of these chargers, and that is a real cost saving benefit because we don't need to have a feeder cab, and we can simply go in and out of each charger, and we can load manage these. So we have got datas out to these. You could do it on a wireless method. We always prefer to do a hardwired Ethernet port where possible, Also, what you've got here in this case is a 3D printed part that you get with it, which is a nice little addition. And what that allows us to do is slide this onto here, and we can now mount the charger and we can work on it, and we can start to pass all these cables through the back and terminate them in all with one hand, so we don't need someone else with us. So really impressed. C-type 40 amp RCBOs individually protecting each of the chargers. One of the really nice things actually to add onto this is there is no visible bolts on any of it. It all slides together, and it's got some security features in different places to stop it coming back apart. And whilst these chargers might cost a little bit more, I think we can all agree that the aesthetics of them are absolutely stunning. So we've got the matching post over here, this beautiful wood and navy colour post. And look at these stunning chargers that come with it. Look at these, just to match in with the units. They are absolutely stunning, lovely quality bit of kit. So we're going to undo this Simpson and Partner charger, get it onto the, of course again we've got the orange plastic mould that will hang this charger on the side of the post. So Taylor's just getting this off on this side, and he's going to get this charger mounted. So this literally sits down, as you can see in here, literally some hinges, and it just slides in some little channels that are based over in this section here. So it slots down inside. How's that feel? Is it nice and solid? Yeah, lovely, okay, well, let's get it built. So we've just put the chargers on, so there's a couple of screws, 4 screws on the front, and we've got some screws on the bottom here to put this front cover on, and then simply, look at these beautiful colouring and matching with this post. Certainly matches in with the Bristol Bears colours that they've got. So it simply sits over the bottom. A couple of screws that I'm going to do up on the bottom under here, but truly beautiful bit of engineering as a charger. And there's nothing on the market at the moment that can compare with quality and aesthetics that these offer. We are down at the Bristol Bears Training Group, down here doing the EV car charging. So we've got 3 pedestal chargers, 22 kilowatt chargers up at the top on a Simpson and Partner branded chargers. We're just pulling through 2 25mm armoured cables to take the supply up there. We've got around about 88 kilowatt load up at the other end. So to satisfy that, we've got some big old cables, make sure we get the volt drop down. This is a cable route of around about 80 metres approximately. So we're going to get that done. We're here now, there's 4 of us here today to try and get this cable in. We've spent a couple of days before prior digging in the ducts that we needed and putting all the concrete bases down ready for it all. Here we are, last final day. We've installed 6 22 kilowatt chargers, and these are all commissioned and ready to go. So plenty of power to be drawn, allowing the cars to charge nice and quickly. So huge amounts of power to be sucked out of the ground, to be able to deliver that power into the cars. They use, almost the same amount as a house on full load. Clients really happy. The players can charge their cars, the guests can get on, and we're all ready to head off onto the next job. So thanks for following, and we'll see you on the next one.